Hey, what's up? Jonathan Reichert here. So I put out a poll this week asking which song you'd like me to make a video of out of the ones I've been working on. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that people voted for Axeman. It's one of my favorite tunes in Yousician, and it's kind of an 8-bit video game theme. So check it out and stick around after for some pointers about this tune and how I set up my guitar. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the videos, helps me out a lot. Catch you soon. Okay, that was Axeman, level 8. I love this song, and it was deceivingly hard to really get a good gold star run on it. When I'm really just playing it for fun, I miss like quite a lot of notes just because it's a little more technical than it looks. It feels more like a level 9 or a level 10 if you're into the musician level. So as you can see, I got my screen recording here as well. I've got my guitar fired up on the same tone I used for that song, which is a little crazy. And then I'm going to just look through this tune a bit with you and show you just a few things about it that I like to do. So anyway, in part 1 here, the main theme at the beginning, one thing I notice is like a lot of the notes in the real melody are very short. So I tried to play them really short with lots of palm mute. And then this is something I've kind of picked up from watching a lot of Guthrie Govan videos, but sometimes on even the shortest note, if I have time for some vibrato, I like to put it in there. It's just something I'm addicted to, and it's not for everybody, but you might notice in the video a lot, I gave a quick little shake on even some of the notes like these 11s here that are, let's say, a quarter note length. Even those, like if you get a little bit of vibrato on it, it makes it stand out, and it's pretty cool. So that's kind of how I played the opening theme here. Nothing crazy. I think one of the hardest parts of this song overall is this one lick right here with the 4-6, 4-7, 6 because of the string skipping. And there's actually quite a few string skips in this song, and those are the things that I had the most trouble, let's say, being really consistent on, because I don't like to watch my right hand while I'm playing. I just want to look out the window and enjoy the view and just play, or close my eyes and play. And so I often just struggle through things like that without looking at my right hand until I can feel, you know, the string skip naturally, right? So that took quite a while to get that one. That one there. And because I got quite a lot of overdrive on, I wanted to keep some palm mute and make it still a really tight sound so it doesn't all blend together, you know, which is kind of cool. But in this case, so I did mostly all down picking for this song so that I got that really chunky kind of rock palm muted sound to it, right? And then just a couple hammer-ons and pull-offs in this section here, just to switch it up a little bit on the 6 and the 4. I think I was doing pull-offs there. Yeah, just to switch up the phrasing a little bit. So yeah, that gets through most of part 1. with in terms of how I was getting that sound and what I was doing in there. Mostly picking everything. And again, I had to work on that string skip a lot. So I work on things kind of like that. Just grab a little chunk and work it out. Okay, so yeah, let's go on to part 2 for a second here. Now this part, it's really cool. It really cooks along, and it's got a lot of notes, and it's got a lot of finger rolls and little, you know, it's got a bit of a stretch because it's down low, right? So I prefer, let's see here. Sometimes if there is a little gap between the notes, like after this 2 here, I like to try and make sure that gap is clear. And so all throughout this section, I was trying to cut off that note, make it nice and clear, separate the sentences a little bit. And then to switch it up a little bit, when it runs up high, at one point here, when it gets up to the 7s and the 9s here, I actually then smoothed out the phrase just to switch it up a bit. So let's try to switch up the phrasing a bit, right? So that's something fun to do with a song that's like, it's not insanely hard for me, so I'll try and make it more challenging in terms of coming up with cool phrasing that sounds, you know, interesting, right? So, and that gets you through most of part 2. There's nothing else much to it. It's kind of just a nice art piece. There's not too many crazy things in it, right? And then again, in the final section, which is the part I had maybe the most trouble with out of all 3 parts, it's got that string skip right away in every lick. And also because I got lots of overdrive on and it's down low, I was trying to keep it as clean as I can. And so playing that 4/4 with the finger roll there, I'm trying to roll it over carefully so it doesn't just mush in quite so much like that, right? And then at least one note in there I wanted to give a little bit of vibrato on it, so I often was playing the 2 on the 6th string with a little bit of like gusto on it. I'll play that part. That note. And then there you have it. That's most of the tune. There's not that much to it, but it's just such a fun groove. Like the rhythm in it is nice. It's like a rock rhythm part, right? It's not quite so much a lead guitar part, except for in maybe part 1. So it's nice to just settle into a groove. And I memorized it and found that I played it a lot better from memory because I could just really just relax, right? And if you haven't noticed already, like when I'm playing notes in anything, I'm picking quite lightly, and then I let the guitar do the rest. Like if I want effects or volume, I just bring that in. I don't necessarily pick too harshly unless I want a little more twang on a note. But when I'm playing, you know, the beginning of the song, if you were to unplug my guitar, it would just sound like this. That's how hard I'm picking. So yeah, I pick pretty lightly. It helps me get through the tunes really relaxed and not feel any tension in my arms and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed that tune. If you want, just to finish off this video, here is now just the guitar track so you can hear me play it without the backing track and see some of the details hopefully, and expose a few of my little blunders, which hopefully there weren't too many. But yeah, yes, one more thing. A lot of people ask about my guitar setup. So I'm plugged into an audio interface going USB right into my computer. And as you can see here, I'm running GarageBand. And I'm using a plugin called Guitar Rig 5. And here's the sound I was using today. So I've got like a tube screamer effect on here for overdrive. And it's really high, maxed out. And then I put on quite a bit of tone and a treble booster because this guitar is actually a pretty dark kind of jazz guitar, so I wanted to brighten it up a little bit. And then I've got just like a basic clean amp here, the twang reverb, a bit of compression, and then I've got some delay on here as well for just a little bit of echo. And this little reflector here is also like a reverb, but it's pretty far behind reverb. It sounds like You don't really hear it right out front, but if you were to play a note and then stop, it would kind of wash out just a little bit. So that's kind of the tone I've got going on there. There we have it. So here's the guitar track for you. Catch you again. Thank you.